Welcome to Daily Ad Brief. I'm Christina Daves, your host of More to Media, and today we are headed to Teaneck, New Jersey to chat with Charlton Sanabria of GO Media. Welcome, Charlton.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. All right, let's talk about what your company does because you are some huge platforms. I didn't realize that one company was kind of an umbrella for all of these. So let's talk about that.
I think actually, I would think like many of the companies, if you look like Vice Media, if you look at like BuzzFeed, you see like more like complex too. You'll see like more conglomerates happen. At Geo Media, we run quite a few different platforms, ranging from like The Root, Kotaku, Jezebel, Deadspin. Obviously, like we try to attack things from like a contextual marketing perspective. Um, where everyone pretty much has its own niche, and that way we're able to like target the audience a little bit better than, let's say, one um, line item.
So, do all of those platforms service a similar demographic, or does each one have its own specific one?
That's an interesting question. They very much can. If you look at things from like a demographic of like 18 to 49, like of course, one of the things. Well, if you look at the way that like practical marketing works and able to actually target things, if you look at things contextually, outside of like demographics, if you look at like the targeting, you'll find like people's likes, and the way they associate with it are at the passion points are actually really rooted in how they in the context of things. A person 18 to 49 who's a sports fan might not necessarily read the root, and that goes vice versa, of course.
So, how do you do this? Like, how do you market this now with us not having cookies anymore? Like, how do you know what people like? How do you know how to get to the right audience?
So that one is actually a little bit easier. We do have a first party platform in which we're able to actually follow our target from like across the different sites itself. And obviously, like when we're in like the RFP process, we obviously try to take like a deep understanding of who the target is, how do they consume the media itself, and we're going to actually use all of our platforms to use it more like a 360 experience, and obviously doing like more of a retargeting as we follow them through, and how they actually consume it.
And then, do you have writers on staff, or you use freelancers?
I think any type of producer now does both. We do have writers on staff. We also have freelancers, and we could definitely like one of the offerings we actually do is like branded content itself, which we do have an in-house production team, which we also have hire freelancers and specialists for that too.
And then you monetize through advertising? Through do you have any kind of subscription services? How does that work?
And most of it is not subscription service. We actually, I think, so we just acquired Quartz. Quartz is, do they believe they have a subscription service attached to them? For the most part, we are obviously very, very heavy on the advertising part of it, as well as doing, let's say, like more integrations. Would be whether it's going to be like an editorial alignment or whether or not it's going to be something like a branded video, branded article, something to be work really more on the brand integration side of it.
And then how do you all advertise? Like, how do you decide with so many platforms? Is it mainly Google? Are you still, my jury's out on Facebook right now, just with all the changes there. So how do you get your readers to your platforms?
That one is that this is where it's kind of it's a great place to actually be in a lot of ways because we have like brand loyalty. Because if you look at like how long the onion has been around, we're talking about decades. We actually have the majority of our readership actually comes to us organic.
So, gosh, our 5 minutes always goes so fast. But thank you so much for joining us today, Charlton. To learn more about Charlton and GO Media, head over to dailyadbrief.com. I'm Christina Daves, your host of More to Media, and I'll see you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.